tuned in to 7 Mile Radio.
Production.
7 Mile Radio.
Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio.
What is going on, people? We are live once again on the air, and this is a special edition of the Business Spotlight podcast. And as you know, when I do this, I always bring someone very special to the platform. Always an entrepreneur who has information that I feel like is very important to the community, who either provides a product or a service that I feel like would be valuable to the audience. So without any further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and get straight to it. We have none other than the beautiful Tanzania Fair on the airways with us. How are you doing today, sister?
What up, though? I'm doing good. I'm doing
She
good.
said, "What up, though?" She opened up she opened up the chat with a "What up, though?" So we already know where she from. So Tanzania Fair is here on the airways with us today, and you are here by way of where?
The DC area.
The DC area. Yeah. So you are here to present to us information about several different things that you do. For one thing, I want to say you are a serial entrepreneur now that I've done a little research on you and see some of the things that you're into. So it's a little bit more than just one thing that we can talk to you about business-wise as far as spotlighting the business. So with that being said, we'll just start it off with the one of the businesses that we talked about. The first one is your consulting business, and now this is Cooper Consulting business, right? Cooper Consulting is the name of it, right? So let us know a little bit about Cooper Consulting.
Yes. Yep. So Cooper Consulting mission is to serve aspiring entrepreneurs, small businesses, nonprofits, startup companies to develop strategic change to achieve desired outcomes. We provide resources and strategies to ensure that companies grow in a realistic way. So I say all that to say, I started this consulting business out of me not having a consultant, right? Out of me not having support, out of me seeing that these consulting fees is $1,500, $2,000 just to get somebody to consult when it comes to business. So I was like, you know what? I want to develop a consulting business that is affordable for small business that everybody can be able to afford. And also, I also work with people as well with their budget and all that good stuff. Also, because we need somebody to help us elevate. You know what I mean? So that was my purpose of starting Cooper Consulting.
Okay, so now specifically in regards to business, what are some of the distinct areas of consulting that you focus on, or that you get, you would say, the most inquiries about? What do people ask you about? The most things that people ask you about as far as business, what would you say?
Most definitely. Grant writing for sure. I have a lot of experience with grant writing, so I do help people either write grants. I have a grant writing course coming up as well, which we'll get into, and just really help people to find funding for their business. I also help people with their LLCs in their 501c3. So a 501c3 is for anybody that want to start a nonprofit organization. A lot of people don't know the term, but it's called a 501c3. Where you have to be incorporated in your state. So that's one of the main things. And also business plans as well. A lot of people come to me for business plans. I think it's really important. I think people don't really think about that because your business plan literally guides your business, and it guides your strategic steps on how you want to grow your business instead of kind of being everywhere. You have, set things that you're looking at. You're looking at the market analysis. You have a financial projection. These are all the things that I help my clients with.
Most definitely. So, I mean, you pretty much answered, one of my questions I was going to ask you was, what was your motivation? What was your reasoning for starting this business in particular, amongst others? And you pretty much already said it's like you was filling the void in your own business life per se.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
So
most definitely.
and it's a lot of people that want to start businesses that may not know simple things like how to start an LLC. I still see posts today about people asking where or how to start an LLC, or what is the process on starting a business, especially particularly people in our community. You know what I mean? And we know how important it is for us to get the information out that is I don't want to say hidden from us, but it's not promoted to us. It is not given to us regularly. So it's really important that we have people like you that are here to share that information. So amongst that business, what are some of the other things that you provide as far as being an entrepreneur?
Most definitely. So I started a nonprofit organization in DC, in the DC hood. It's called Ward 7 and 8. That's their
Mm-hmm.
hood. And basically it was out of my experience growing up in the Detroit, hood, and not having support and all that good stuff, right? I'm a person that is like self motivated, but I feel like young people, some of them need people to motivate them, to push them to be able to do something great.
Mm.
And so I started helping young people evolve, where I got I probably got over like $30,000 in funding just for that business alone in DC. I also met really great leads, and it's done really phenomenally for. The purpose of it was literally to teach young people how to succeed in their own communities, right? How to advocate for yourself and make your voice heard. Because a lot of parents, a lot of people shut kids down, tell teenagers to be quiet, shut up, don't do it, don't. That's autism, and a lot of parents don't even know that. It's a word to it. It's a autism,
Hmm.
right? So even teaching my young people how to speak up for themselves with their parents, but not be disrespectful, right? When a teacher come at them wrong, right? Because we have those kids who always constantly be in trouble, and people always think that they're the trouble kid, but that's not even the case. You haven't even took the chance to listen to what this young person is going through, or what really happened, right? So it's really to teach them how to advocate and all that good stuff in their community, and also teaching them about resources in their own communities, right? A lot of kids don't know what's available in their communities. I
Right.
did AmeriCorps, and we built on the asset of the community. We're not looking at, oh, this abandoned building. Oh, no, that's an asset to our community, right? It's not looked at something negative. So even teach them how to change their perspective and how they look at their community, to say, you know what, there's assets in this community. How can we build on these assets of the community?
Most definitely. It's funny that you say that because in the time that Detroit was going downhill and a lot of people was leaving, looking around at a lot of the blight in the city and a lot of abandoned houses and buildings and just the condition of the city, a lot of
Yeah.
people I feel like was looking at it with a cup half empty mentality as opposed to a half full, and looking at it as opposed to saying there's nothing here, looking at it like there's plenty of ground to build something. You know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
having an
Most,
optimistic type of outlook on it.
yeah.
And that's kind of the
most
approach that you're taking with it.
Most definitely. I can honestly say that, like, even after I graduated from Michigan State University, I got an internship to come to DC for 3 months, and that changed my whole life. And I had the option to come back to Detroit at 23, or stay out in DC and try to survive out there. And the thing was, at that time, and that was like what, 2011, downtown wasn't popping.
Right.
I knew that there was no way I can get a good job in Detroit. So I got to go somewhere else. There was no way for me to be successful during that time. And I had to make that tough decision, say, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and go up out of here and go over here so I can build and be successful. And then I can always come back to my community when I'm able to. You see what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
So even thinking about the access to opportunities is so hard in Detroit. Like, it feels like a secret society. I don't know what it is. This is kind of like people don't want to share. Like, I've like people in like high roles have told me that. Like, yes, like it's like that. We don't know, but people don't want to share information. People being secretive. Like, I'm just like, wait, y'all don't want to collaborate? Like, what? That don't make sense to me. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah, I get the same notion, man, and it's I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about our
yeah.
city, but I noticed that you have just between the two businesses that we talk about, between your nonprofit and your consulting business, you seem to have services that almost complement each other.
Mm-hmm.
Right? When you have a nonprofit that is focused on helping and cultivating the youth and getting them just where they need to be mentally, not financially, and all of that. But then you have a consulting business more so for adults when it comes to business and helping to cultivate them. You know what I mean? So it's
Yes.
almost like you have a. It's almost like I see like a graduation, almost like a system, a graduating system between your two business. Now, was that on purpose? Was that something that was by design, or was that like something that you kind of almost was filling the voids again of another space that you seen when you? So, which one did you start first? By the way, that's what I want to say. Was it the nonprofit or the consulting business?
Yep, the nonprofit. I started that when I was about when I moved down to DC. I started at the age of 23, and I got my first grant at the age of like 25.
Hmm.
Yep.
Well, yeah, and I see a lot of people again speaking on the need for grants and grant writers for a lot of different businesses that we are all popping out with now, especially since the pandemic. It's real important that we have people like you out here spreading the information, because there's a lot of people that are starting businesses, but a lot of people that are just really, they just have something that they sell. You know what I mean? They don't really have the
Right.
business really set up right, or even presenting their business the right way, promoting and investing in their business the right way. So it's important that we have people like you that are offering business consulting services to show people the blueprint on what it is they should and shouldn't be doing.
Most
So,
definitely.
so yeah, we have life coach. We have a real estate investor. Some of all these other things. So what else? What else do you do? You're an author. What is your book about? You have an author title here on this card that I see. So what do you write about? What is your books about?
The opportunity to be in this book called "When the Souls Cry," and my story is called "In My Own Skin." Right, it's me dealing with colorism within my family, dealing with colorism within school and high school. Navigating that process, dealing with childhood trauma, how it impacted me when I was young, and also how I overcame that trauma as well.
Okay, okay, most definitely. So back to the consultants business. Now we have one service that I see you have particularly an advertising for. So it's about how to write grants. You have a grant writing proposal workshop for individuals who want to learn how to write or write a proposal for their own grants. Correct. So let me know a little bit about that.
And you got to make sure you spend it within those line items, or your grant will be revoked.
What are some of the most common mistakes that you would say you see, like, and I don't want to give away too much of your information, because of course you're a consultant, right? But like, just to give a nugget of information to the people, conversation wise, what are some of the most common mistakes that you see people making when starting a business?
Most definitely. Paperwork. That's number one. Like you can't. People want to submit proposals and all this small business funding. Your business has to be legit. That's the first thing on it. So if your business is not legit, you're not even qualified for it,
Now,
right?
what
So
what
and
is legit? When I break down what is legit and what is not legit. Now, I don't know
most
if I'm asking too much. I don't want to give the class away.
no, not at all. No, you good, you good, you good, you good. Um, First of all, legit is having your business incorporated, right? Having a business bank account, right? Having your DUNS number, right? So these are all, and some more steps. It's some more different steps in that also. But people don't even know having your tax ID for your business. People don't even know that, right?
Right.
So it's like different things that you need to have your, to make sure that your business is, just at the level where you're able to be in a position to apply for funding.
Yeah. So I was about to say. So what are some of the benefits of having your business legit? Because a lot of people, especially in our community, they just like I said earlier, when they find a niche product or a niche service, and they feel like they have a niche audience. Now I just have this thing to sell. Now I'm just gonna get out here and get to it. You know what I mean? And my
Right.
thing is, I just want to make money. You know what I mean? So, what are some of the some benefits that people may not know about, that are not known, that that you would want to have your business in order for,
Most
like
definitely.
like
So,
grants?
yeah. So the first thing I want to say is that you have to have a purpose-driven business. Your business will be not successful if it's not purpose-driven, right? Because you don't have a vision. Your vision is very limited, right? Oh yeah, I'm just gonna sell these J's. Okay, cool, but what's the real purpose behind it?
Right.
right? And so people lose the purpose behind what they do, and then that's why their business end up kind of not succeeding, if that makes sense, right? Because
Hmm.
you're just doing it out of trying to get money. That's not enough. It's not enough. And those types of businesses unfortunately don't go very far, to be honest.
Hmm.
um yeah.
So not yeah, I mean you hit the nail on the head. Now I see that you have, the consulting business I believe will be an LLC, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and then you have a nonprofit. Can you explain some of the benefits of maybe people having both and how they could work together?
That's a great question. So the nonprofit is tax exempt. So that means that somebody come and say, "Hey, I want to donate $1 million to your business." It's a tax write off for them at the end of the day. You
Hmm.
see what I'm saying? So that's a benefit. Number two, of course, is like getting donations and also being able to apply for grant funding that you don't have to pay back. It's not a
Right,
loan, right? So this
right,
is funding that you don't have to pay back out of your pocket. So if a funder say, "Hey, I'm gonna give you $100,000 to run your program," and you're able to pay your staff, you can literally pay yourself within that grant as well.
most definitely, most definitely. So you can basically get free money that you can pay yourself with. Make a long
Yes,
story short, by having both of those things in place. But they have to, I guess, complement each other. They have to work with each other, work for each other in a sense.
most
So,
definitely.
so what are you, the first things that you would suggest? Now, some of the things I feel like you probably already said. For someone who wants to start a business, what are the first things that they should do or they should look to do when starting a business?
The first thing that you need to write down is your mission, vision, values. That is the first step to any business. A lot of people don't even have a mission statement. I don't care if you are for profit. You still need a mission statement. You still need values. Your vision for your business. Like you still need that language so you can understand where your business is going. So if you have board members or if you have investors that want to invest in you, you can let them know this is the vision for the organization. This is the end vision for the organization. This is our mission statement. These are our values: integrity, respect. Whatever. Like community. These are our values that is embedded and incorporated into our business. First
Most
step.
definitely. Most definitely. Most definitely. Now, you have an event. I don't know if it's an event or a class. What is this going on that you have
It's
on
a workshop.
August, or the workshop on the 20th? So that's on the 20th?
Yes. Uh-huh.
So this is, let me just explain to us the details about it because we got the flyer right there up on the screen right there. Now you say it's August 20th, limited slots, 200 for 2 hours. And what else does it say? Learn benefits to invest, 12 steps. So now what is GWB strategy? Mm, okay, so you're gonna teach gonna be a session on that, as well as Q&A session. Now, what is certificate? What is what is the certificate? Oh, okay, okay, okay. So this is put on by yourself and I guess a couple of your constituents, some of your partners there. Okay. Oh, okay, okay. Family run business. Okay, that sounds like that's very interesting. Now we have I believe a client testimony. Like a lot of times we have a lot of people who say they do these type of businesses that you do, where there is business consulting. It's a lot of credit repair people, a lot of people that do taxes, a lot of people that do all of these kind of different provide all of these different kind of services for people. But we don't really know or see any proof a lot of times of them being able to do what they actually can do. So you sent me, one of I'm sure many client testimonies to kind of testify on your services and let people know exactly what it is. Now, who is this person that we're about to hear from?
Yes. Kirby is her name. And she has a business called the Trish to Stop. It's like a hair condition where where they scratch a lot. And I love that she even like expose being able to share that because again, this is stuff that some people don't even know that even exists, right? And it's basically her nonprofit to basically help people like her, particularly all races, of course, the people that deal with this hair condition.
Okay, so let's hear what she got to say. We'll be right back.
All right,
My name is Kirby Scruples. I am the founder of a nonprofit organization called The Trick to Stop. Before hiring Cooper Consulting, I had the trouble of getting my 501c3 status for my nonprofit organization. I was not able to get in certain places without having that 501c3 status. And once I found Cooper Consulting, I was very pleased that they had the services that I was looking for to get where I wanted to be. I also had the challenge of affordability. So I was looking for something that I could basically afford. I am a single mother and I am still looking to fulfill my dreams. And I wanted to be able to do so without breaking the bank or having to wait a super long time to finally be able to afford it. When I did find Cooper Consulting, I was very pleased. I got paired up with Tanzania. She knew exactly what my concerns were. She gave me peace of mind, very professional. She knows what she's talking about. If she didn't know for whatever reason, she had resources to basically have me look at along with her to give me the answers to what I wanted to achieve specifically outside of just my 501c3 status that she helped me file. Once I got my 501c3 status, that opened up so many doors for the nonprofit I had started, and it made me feel very confident, and I just look legit now, and I needed that help, and I was able to get that help. And everything was very professional. Everything happened very quick. Professionalism really inspired me. Even with the payment process, everything was emailed to me, broken down step by step. I was able to look at the scheduled dates for payments, scheduled dates for our phone meetings, Zoom meetings, all these little different things that she had planned out. It was very easy for me to reach out to her if I had a question via email. And I also had her business line, which she picked up often when I had questions. And sometimes it would be after working hours. It could be like 6:30, and she would answer the phone and answer my questions. It was just such an easy process. Like, I had it just like that. So I really suggest anybody who is serious about starting their own business to reach out to Cooper Consulting. It's definitely worth it. I'm very happy and glad and relieved that I did so. Reach out to Cooper Consulting, look at their services, talk to Tanzania, let them know what you're trying to do, and they'll be able to help you achieve your goals. I was extended another program that they offer where I was in a room full of individuals who were also starting their own businesses, and I got to see how they were also able to benefit from Cooper Consulting. And it was really great because I got even more information being a part of that group. If you would like to know more about my experience with Cooper Consulting, please feel free to reach out to me on Instagram at Kirby Scruples.
Yeah, sound like you really helped that sister out right there. Sound like you really helped that sister out right there. So you have what other did we miss any services that you actually provide through Cooper's consultation, or what else is that? Is that the gist of it for businesses, or is it any other types of consultations that you do?
Yes. So I work with mid-sized businesses as well. So I help with the board development. So people who are looking to have a board development, strategic planning. So literally helping people to figure out the steps to take that's very realistic for them to grow their business. I also help someone start their coaching program as well.
Most
So I
definitely.
have it's a lot of different services as well under that umbrella. It's like a good 20
Yeah, I mean,
services that
because consultation, you know, what I mean, that's a broad field there. You know, what I mean, so you just kind of spoke on the business consultation. So that's why I was wondering if it was any other kind of consulting services that you provided through the company. So yeah, that's good to know. That's good to know. So where can people get in contact with you if they want to get a hold of you for your services, or for your books, or for your life coach services, or any other thing? Your real estate. We didn't talk about your real estate agency. So what kind? You say you're a real estate investor. So tell us about that. What exactly are you looking for? Specific types of properties to invest in, or businesses to invest in for their properties, or what is it? What exactly did you focus on in that area?
For sure, for sure. So for the investment property, one, I'm just really passionate about investing, particularly in Detroit. You know, there somebody will always need a home,
Right,
right? And so
right.
this is the ways to literally build generational wealth within my family. So it's a passion. There's so many homes in Detroit that people don't know about through Detroit Land Bank. Like Detroit Land Bank exists, and you can buy a home as low as $1,000. 1,000. This is your home that you can build up and you know, and turn into an investment property to live in, rent it out, make it Airbnb, or you can partner with you know, the housing authority, you know, to have people have vouchers to, you
You
know,
know, to
to
live
get
in it, right?
for your actual property as well.
Yeah. So wow, you got a lot under your belt, sister. You real busy. So again, where can they contact you? How can they get a hold of you? Let me see if I got no, that's not on the show card that I got. So how can they get in contact with you? What's your email or
Mm-hmm.
phone number or website that they can get in contact with you on?
Yes. So my website is www.iamqueentanz.com. That is my website. You can also private message me as well on Queen Tanz on Facebook. Or you can also send an email at iamqueentanz@gmail.com as well.
Most
Most
definitely.
definitely. Yep.
Most definitely. So, yeah, I hope people are reaching out to you because you got some valuable information that I feel like people really need. Like I said, especially in this day and age where we have a lot of budding entrepreneurs by way of the pandemic and not. You know, we just have a lot of people that are tapping into their creativity and their entrepreneur spirit and getting into this thing where we are providing for ourselves. You know what I mean? We need more of our people to do that, especially in our community where we can have more services and products, provided by people that look like us, because we know how important that is, right? So, I
Most
appreciate you, being who you are and doing what you're doing and tapping into that resource and providing this service for the people.
Yes.
I,
Thank you so much.
I wish you would be here on the 24th of September. I'm
Okay.
doing a live podcast marathon where I'm inviting some of my sponsors out. A lot of the crowd will be there, and some guest
Oh, nice.
speakers, some performances. And, again, I feel like you'll be a valuable person to speak in front of the crowd to give the information to, raise awareness about some of the things that you offer to the people. Because I know there's a lot of people that need those services. So if you can, try to
I would
mark your
love that.
calendar and make your way back to the D. I know you can come see your family or something before the summer is out. Come grab some barbecue from the
Okay.
city and come and stop by your partner's event and speak to the people and get this information
Oh
to them.
yeah. Most definitely.
Versa, because we need to have it's plenty. I think you froze
You
up.
got
Did you?
it. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. It had froze. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, you froze up for a minute, but yeah. So yeah, I was just saying. I don't know if you heard me, but I just said I look forward to having another conversation with you. I feel like this is kind of our introductory conversation where we're just getting the people to know you and you knowing the audience and whatnot. And this is something that needs to be a consistent conversation, an ongoing promotion, if you will, where people are knowing about what's available. Because that is one of the services that you provide is making the information available to our people that really is not readily available on a regular basis. So we want to keep you in the loop and
Okay, that sounds good. I'm
keep your
excited. Yep.
information out there. So yeah, once again, I appreciate you for checking in with us and coming to us for to put your information out on our platform to our listeners, and we look forward to talking to you again many more times if you have it.
Oh, most definitely. For sure. I appreciate you. Thank you.
So once again, Cooper's Consulting, tell them the email and the website where they can find you at.
Yes, you can find me at www.iamqueentanz.com. Also, my email is iamqueentanz@gmail.com. Hit me up. I got you.
All right, sister. I appreciate you chiming in with us today, and I look forward. I'm gonna hit you up right after we get off the air because I got a couple of questions. We can probably work out some partnership or something about the station because I got got something I want to speak to you about. So stay on the line, and I will talk to you in a minute. And I appreciate you for being on the show today.
Most definitely. All right. Peace, peace.
Mm-hmm.
7 Mile